matchup, so that's going to be a must-watch throughout the day.
10 goals for the campaign this year for Toby Green. Out of the middle, Marshall throws it on the boot. First foray forward here for the Saints. Bradley Hill can run onto it, but he was taken off the football by Iden. Ash sends it out wide, running for it. Green just couldn't quite handle it that time and out. So, Lynchy, with these wings that are not very wide, what sort of team does it suit? So is it a fast movement of the football or possession football?
Well, I think it would suit contested ball winners, but what we saw with Brisbane yesterday, once they got that aspect of the game up and going, they went really quick on the back of Dane Zorko's kicking.
Sinclair's kick, looking for Sharman, and in the Wood direction as well. Out the back, Iden has a couple to beat, ran into Sharman, and holding the football. It's going to be a shot at goal for Cooper Sharman.
And he just tried to fend it off, didn't fend it off at all, and then incorrect disposal. The free kick was there.
Kicking to the Roger Woodcock end. He's going to open up the angle. First shot at goal, and doesn't get any purchase on it at all, and doesn't make the distance, and it's cut off by Whitfield.
Yeah,
602 goals in 267 games, the great Roger Woodcock. That's his end down that end.
So the era we're talking, Wayne, very
70s, 80s, two-time premiership player as well. It's the Coopers Hill down the other end and the Sam's wing on this side. Now it's a push and shove here because that's going to be a 50-minute penalty. So they'll sort that out in the meantime, and we should get the first Saints goal by just having a chat. They didn't play a report, but they weren't happy with a couple of things that were done. So Burns, the line-up from point-blank range. Hasn't kicked one this year, doesn't kick one all that often, but gets one through the middle at the Woodcock end.
So just unnecessary for Lockie Ash, given the 50 metre. Like, he wouldn't have been able to kick it from where he was. Just very, very annoying giving away 50-metre penalties like that.
Lockie Ash coming off probably one of his better games last week, was very instrumental in the win, or the big win over the West Coast Eagles. What a ball off half-back, but an important reply for the Saints to get on the scoreboard.
That all it was.
That's how it was.
Yeah.
So warm conditions prevailing here at Norwood, upwards of 34 degrees. Bounce again favouring Marshall, but Briggs invaded the zone, got a little kick away. Windhager, McRae combining there with Garcia. And now Burns has kicked towards the near side wing in the Higgins direction. Kicked 3 last week, of course. Plays on quickly. Blazing along the wing, Burns. Darting ball towards half forward. Trapped well by Wood.
Higgins getting a few boos from the Adelaide crowd.
Reinforcing people listen to post-match interviews.
Woods kicks that up beautifully and hit the chest of Sharman, who'll have another shot at goal.
That's a beautifully weighted kick from Wood, as you said. Just out in front. They had Sharman to run onto it. Took an easy chest mark in the end. Good build-up.
We'll see where the lead came from.
There's not a lot of space there. They closed in on him, but precise kicking.
Yeah, they're kicking brilliantly. Both going at 73% so far.
So his third match this year. He's kicked 3 goals for the campaign to date. And that kick's a lot better. Splits the middle. So StKilda with 2 goals on the board. GWS 117 in the early stages of this one.
But they're really poor against Adelaide in round 1, and they've just turned it around since then. Really good effort by the coaches and the players to be able to play some really good footy. Last week they jumped Port Adelaide, had a big start in the first quarter, which is what you want to be doing on the road away from home, and it's a high-quality game so far by both sides.
And you mentioned Jack Higgins saying he doesn't like Adelaide. Maybe the Giants have taken his advice. They're playing here today, they're playing Adelaide here in Adelaide next week, but they're not staying for the week, Root.
Yeah.
Going home. Plenty to do here, isn't there, in your town?
A bit of trouble this weekend. A few people have had a bit of fun over the weekend, from all reports.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic weekend here, gather round. Two ruckman tie up. All out the front, Garcia. To the lead, Sharman. Big fist of Taylor wins out as a Selfie does. Scoop was good from Hill. Hall got it wide. Sharman maybe caught a little high.
Yep,
It was.
made it.
So he's had a sighter from here. Big crowd in. Fantastic atmosphere.
They've got off to a good start. Ross Lyon, after last week's game, talking about contest and pressure being one of the keys for him.
Short pass. Jones. Got some heat from Ash. For want of a better term, of course.
He must have had a
I'm
bad
not intended.
start, Lockie.
Good composure there to hit the target. They're dominating clearances, strong in the contested possessions, and really composed going forward.
Jones also hasn't kicked one this year. Gives us some air. It was markable, even though the kick wasn't remarkable. And thump through for a behind in the end.
Himmelberg to bring it back into play. To Ash. It's worth watching Cooper Sharman too. Just pulled up a bit proppy from that last exchange with Ward. He's very happy to give that little pass off. Still a bit proppy in the goal square. Falls back to Burns. Sinclair. Round the corner, skies one. And Himmelberg read it really well. It's going to transfer play if the kick's good enough. It's a mongrel punt in the end. Breeks picked it off his shoelaces. Easy one for Garcia. Then McRae grabbed quickly by Ware. He got the football away. Ash under pressure. Brown's there for support. On a dime. Handball to no one in particular. Saints pressing here. Steele inboard to McRae. Darting football, Hall.
They're set up well behind the ball.
Gets on with it quickly. Sinclair, wobbly one towards the top of the square. No mark taken. Bit of pressure on Buckley. Coming through Ward by hand. Stone. And then Tom Green is going to retreat out wide. Over the head it goes of Brown and out.
And I think this is why the Giants are struggling to get out of their defensive half is the Saints up the field are so well set. They've jumped into their defensive structures early on turnover. And Ross Lyon, from that aspect of the game, would be very happy amongst others.
Not doing a lot of listening to the media these days, Ross Lyon. He's keeping away. Listening to his classical music. Just to calm himself. Hall. Launches it long towards the boundary and Buckley. Too strong for Wood. Good grab. Ash, who is on all-Australian pace at the moment with his form this year. Champion data have him top 12 in the AFL. Good little fake. Himmelberg, made it Ash's problem. Gets it toward Brown the wing. Tough one to collect. Garcia getting plenty of it early. Heads wide, nicely delivered. So Collard, bend this around. It feels kickable from that pocket. He heads a little too wide. That was option D amongst all the options that he had. And Stone will take it back pocket.
Although they've missed a few opportunities going forward, again, this is the key. This pressure that Ross Lyon spoke about last week that really worked for him is in play now, and the Giants struggle to move the ball from this position.
It's 9 inside 50s to 2, so let's live down there.
Ash's kicks a wobbly one off the boot. Webster couldn't quite complete the mark, but gets a second crack onto the left through the legs of Collard. Ash with some work to do. Transitions play. It's a good kick out to Ward. So they go the outer wing, and it's through the middle, Riccardi, but his kick was smothered, took too long, and now the Saints press again. Jones, Winhager, now Stocker. There's one into Wood. Good kick, good lead. And good pressure from the Saints.
Well, they did this last week against Port Adelaide, absolutely jumped them away from home, and they're doing it again today. They just need to put it on the board now. 11 inside 50s to do. They're getting the repeat inside 50s, killing them in the clearances. It's 5-1. They've been so good in that area. Sinclair's had a couple of clearances. McRae, again, dominating in those clearances. He's had 3 of those and 2 centre-bounce clearances. He's on fire.
Absolutely no breeze to speak of for the goal kickers. Look at those trees. They're not budging. Wood from about 48. It's coming around, and it's a great kick on the left boot. Mason Wood kicks the Saints third.
He's improved as a footballer, Lynch.
Oh, he has.
He was all over the shop a bit early, and he's just
Melbourne, he was almost finished.
Yeah, he was. He got the move to another club, but I don't know. Is it confidence? Is it consistency? Is it belief? Or sometimes it just takes a bit longer for some people. But he's a really good footballer there.
Yeah, he is. He's developed beautifully, and I think Ross Lyon will be wrapped with the start here. But as you said, they had a similar sort of start last week, then dropped off a little bit. You've got to make the most of these opportunities because you're up against a high-quality opposition. So if you don't take your chances, GWS will bite back and bite back hard later to see a big hit there. But this is with the composure going forward. Lower the eyes, put it out in front, and that's a high-class lead and mark and obviously a nice conversion.
Great stuff by Stocker.
Here's another one that they stole. Caminiti, no one wanted him. Callahan blasted long, straight down the spine. Playing in front, Wilkie. Almost Stringer had it flicked away from his grasp. Kelly, who's been in sensational form, floats it wide. Burns can't trap it, and the ball beats them all out of play.
Stocker was the pick that Carlton actually traded up to get Stocker.
Yeah.
You got Adelaide's pick to get up even higher, and then just down his way to St Kilda.
Well, Sauce liked him so much he recruited him twice. Once at Carlton and once at St Kilda.
Throw in. Guardian also going at it, Owens. And Stacks on the mill in front of the Sir Edwin Smith Pavilion. Umpire throws it up. Riccardi with the fist. Kelly's kick straight back into the pack. And in the end, with that kick not the required trip, Bedford was wrapped up. So Riccardi won it down and earns himself a free kick for holding. So Jake Riccardi can go back virtually directly in front here.
I think it was off the ball, Jake Stringer. So it must have been a holding outside of the ruck contest. Have a look at Stringer.
It was against Stocker.
Yeah.
So here is the package. And the Giants, Guernsey, that's his first in those colours. Third team, first goal. And have a look at the reaction.
Yeah, it's great. His teammates all getting around him. His third game, as you said, started to mark the ball a little bit last week. It couldn't impact the scoreboard. But if the Giants are going to go deep at this season, and you've got in-form Jake Stringer, fit and well and converting his opportunities, they're going to be very tough to beat. So good for his confidence, and I'm sure the confidence of his teammates. Probably a little lucky with a free kick. We'll just have a look. Just runs through there, not a lot in it, just a light grab of the left arm.
Had 5 behinds to his name for the Giants before that in his first 2 games. Jake Stringer, Kelly, kicks him under the ricochet. Hall playing in front of Whitfield. It's a tough job on Whitfield. He's been getting a ton of possessions. Gang tackle, all fed out. Iden, Callahan, Ward, Stone has kept his spot in the team. Finds Jones, he wants to go. Ignored Whitfield, went wide into Green. He's got the short. Hogan coming off a 9. Goal game last week. Kicked 9 straight from 10 kicks.
And once again, they've got the matchup they wanted. He got off Wilkie. They do this well. They've been doing it for about 18 months now. Getting Jesse Hogan the player he wants to play on, rather than the other way around.
Jesse Hogan has kicked 13 straight for the season. He goes with a pass. Off hands, Travalia. Going in there, Miller up. And chip wide. They're away here if they can get possession. Chip kick wider. Taylor stands under it. Hill did well. Outnumbered on that side the whole time. It was a strange option. Maybe they want to go to the side of the ground that's got a boundary line that curves at least rather than the straight boundary.
How do they get the player they want, Lynchy? What do they do? I mean,
well, you just watch the setup. Cadman will come in and do a block, tries to block Wilkie, and then Caminiti will switch because Jesse Hogan's running out by himself. So they'll keep working on this.
Sky ball from Steele, pinched by Himmelberg out the back, and then at the shoelaces of Thomas, made him work for it, and coming in, Whitfield with the pressure, he's taken the ground by Hall, and holding it. So free kick to Hall. Now lead presents itself from Owens, he ignores, and then he plays on, gives it to Miller, who just loads up from outside 50 and pumps it through for another one.
He was loitering around, wasn't he?
Wow, that's what they do.
Young Hall knew he didn't have the journey, and this is where you've got to be aware from an opposition point of view who is going to be the handball received, because Hall didn't want to kick it. He's looking around, and in the end, he's on I reckon his third attempt, just got the short handball, and it was rushed kick, but he's flushed that 60 metres.
It's not the first time he's done it this year. That's his third goal already. Wangan Miller just coming off that half-back flank. Sinclair's kicked 3 goals as well,
So you look
from outside, so
there it is.
it's not a surprise for them. They need to be on their toes, the GWS forwards.
That's right, it's not a surprise for us. You're spectating from an opposition point of view if you're not tighter.
Yeah, he was brilliant last week, 25 possessions and a goal against Port Adelaide in the Saints win. They've won their last 3 games in a row. StKilda, so they're in really, really good form. Marshall, no free. Tom Green, couldn't get a decisive position away. Kelly shoots it back to Callahan, not a lot of room to move. Another South Australian back home, where thumps it long. Inside 50, Hogan took a few with him. Brown at the back, collects it. Got it outside of the boot. Oh, wow. Gave it a run.
Well, Brown's Wangan Miller's direct opponent, nearly got his goal back for him there, so.
Stocker has a bounce. Trevelli is up ahead, goes over his head to a 2-on-1. Wood beaten to the punch that time by Himmelberg. Goes quickly. Stringer, centering ball. Sits up for Brown, who trapped it cleverly. Out wide he goes to Ware. Ware's short ball cut off. And he was looking for Cadman. He should have almost gone himself. Wilson with the football in the back pocket.
Love the look of this player. Lynchy, he's going to be a star, I think.
They're a good crop of young players coming through, that's for sure.
Briggs nearly plucked that with one paw. Ash, Kelly, nice fake. Callahan, if the ball sits for him, does get it away. Taylor hammers it forward. Cadman got there late. Ball at the back. Hogan got it off just in time. Thomas in a poke pass. Where? Well worked. South Australian back home, Jacob Ware. And he's going to come all the way to the goal line. 2-time premiership player with Woodville Torrens. Giants took him as a mature age player, and he drills it.
Umpires are dishing out the 50s.
Yep, can't be late into the marking contest, that's for sure. That was a marginal call again. And just prior, Toby Green, was it getting in the road enough to put sort of half a block in to give Ware a little bit more time to take that mark? Good reply now for the Giants. It's the Saints that's struggling to move the ball now. So set up well, a couple of intercept marks. Sam Taylor got involved. Nice chip kick and a bit of talk from his skipper.
So second goal of the season for Jacob Ware. It all started. The boy from Balaclava, 4th year in the competition. One down by Briggs. Tom Green tries to get it back to Briggs, but a whistle. Oh, they were going to pay advantage there for a moment. There was no advantage, so they've called it back.
They took advantage. They were lucky there.
The umpire said that Callahan was going to get tackled, so called it back.
Yeah, Tom Green out to Ware. Here he goes again. Kick towards the pocket. Cadman flies, but was nowhere near the ball in the end. Gives away the free kick, but got some serious air.
Yeah, you've got to at least get a hand on it.
He just went up a bit crooked, didn't he? Got spun.
Wilkie Transitions for the straight wing, if you like. Stocker's high ball. Punch from Ash. Not effective enough. Windhager to Hall. Hall off the side of the boot. Bouncing football. Blazing through the middle. Taylor coughed it up to Windhager. Sinclair with the quick hands. Sharman up the ground. Kick inside 50. Owens no mark. Higgins is hovering, but Himmelberg with clean hands out to where to the outer wing.
Nicely delivered to Brown. Holds it up. Warm conditions. Beautiful conditions though, no breeze. He pumps it along. Cadman's under this one. Green knocked it down Cadman's direction, then he fumbled the handball away and they couldn't make something of it.
Did well there, Burns, because Green had him cold and just got his fingertip to it.
Briggs side by side with Marshall. Flung to them. Little short, Briggs front spot and picked it up, scooped it up. Garcia spins it around. At 7 clearances last week, Garcia. That was a nice clearance to Sharman's advantage.
Good reach, big stretch.
Inside kick. Wangani Miller got up there. Couldn't pluck the mark. Brown held his ground. Harvey Thomas outside of his boot. And Jones can get and go. He's got Green over the top. Didn't quite give it to him. He gave it to Stocker with a tackle. That's old school. I'll give it to you. It's not going to have you. Haven't seen that for decades.
We're not far from the brick wall.
Oh, yes,
I know where
exactly.
Gary McIntosh did his best work for many years over here.
They have this near the brick wall.
Marshall worked his way to the front, but Briggs tapped it down. And another free kick away from the ruck contest. And it's going to GWS. And it's going to Bedford.
He's kept McRae to the 3 disposals so far, all clearances.
So Bedford's ball in the Brown direction. They fly. Hogan.
That's just the pass you want. So an elevated 45-metre pass out in front with a pack in front of you. So Jesse had got away from Wilkie on that occasion and just put the knee into the pack and got up. And that's essentially an uncontested grab in the end. He was that high. That's a fantastic grab. He's been taking those marks extremely well over the last year and a half.
Oh, the crowd in the pavilion absolutely loved that. Coming off such a big bag last week. That's his assignment with that stuttery action. And makes no mistake. Jesse Hogan has put GWS in front by a point.
Yeah, great mark. We love that about our game. He's on fire. 9 last week. He kicked 8 with his first 8 kicks, did he?
Yeah. Then his first handball was a handball from the goal square to give it go away. Would you believe? Oh, no. But he's developing really well. So on that matchup, he had Wilkie at that time, and he was playing back shoulder at the time. So you've got to be really careful as a defender where the dangerous space is. So Wilkie allows Hogan to get in front, and with that 2 or 3 metre start, he's got the space to jump into the pack and take a really strong grab. So he tried to stay in front to start with, and once Jesse got to the front and got the gap, it was going to be hard to stop.
Used his teammate as the stepladder.
Yeah, nice work. 14 straight for the season now. Hogan. Scrambled away towards Jones. Has got the speed. The 2 Joneses side by side. Green. Stocker. Danger now. Put it to grass. They've got to push. Yeah. Umpire cuts him some slack there.
Yeah, they're red hot on that one today. Just with a little shove in the back from Jakey Stringer.
Ben King leads the race for the Coleman with 17. Might get a high-scoring encounter here today. Perfect conditions. Caminiti wide. Cavalier couldn't pounce on it. Stone can't either. And we'll get the ball in front of that packed outer side.
So just over 3 minutes to go in what's been an entertaining first term so far. Briggs to the front, tried to trap it with his foot in the end. Hurried kick from Kelly, progresses at 15 metres or so, does a leg break towards the boundary. Stocker kept it in. Burns hugs the boundary. 2-on-1 here. GWS with the numbers. And Iden with the big fist into the crowd.
Almost put it into the house there with a few people standing on the balcony just behind there. The locals, the Norwood fans, no doubt. You can't live there unless you're a Norwood fan, I'm sure.
The friendly fire.
It's a blood rule.
They're watching themselves on the television too. Good test. Surely they're watching Fox.
Yeah.
So the tough start, Stocker. Did that great smother and then big tackle. They're going to smack in the chops.
Back into play. Griggs caught behind. Marshall front spot. Wide scramble. Stringer stands under it. And used his body well, or didn't he use his body well?
He did. He sucked him in.
He almost shepherded Webster away from attempting the mark, and Stringer didn't go back at attempting the mark himself.
So what happened there, he got a grab around the waist here, so it would have been a free kick against Jakey Stringer for blocking, but because there was an arm wrapped around his waist, that meant that he couldn't get back for the ball.
So he would have always got the best mid-sized defender at Essendon. Now, with Toby Green in that forward line, he's going to get the second best, which that's when you become really dangerous as a forward unit.
Chance for his second as a Giant. And he's really given that something. It's only a behind, and well described that free kick by man who played both ends. Alistair Lynch, great forward, fantastic defender.
It's a lot more stressful playing back in that era as well, when there was Lockett and Dunstall and Sumich and Ablett and Modra.
Caminiti's long ball. Oh, that's a good effort by Taylor. He virtually marked the football, but gets the free kick anyway.
Starting to make an impact across the halfway line there. Sam Taylor now with his spoils and intercept marking.
So goes Corridor with Ash, who spears the ball inside 50. No mark taken by Stringer, goes to ground. Wanganeen Miller, a quick hands. Burns with a little bit of a fake. Out he goes to Jones. He sells some candy. Kick towards the wing. Ward wrestling for it, takes the mark. So he's called to play on, does so. Himmelberg with the pressure. Little tunnel ball, Jones. Burns back to Wood. Little dinky ball towards Hall. Waiting for a flyby, plays on quickly, centering kick. Ash read it better coming through from the side ground.
Got Ash on the run outside. He goes longer in hope. Riccardi. Sinclair couldn't get back quickly enough to stop him. Back to their delivery man, Ash. They love to get it into his hands. To Riccardi. Briggs. He's not the delivery man. That wasn't part of the grand plan. Hill's got it, gave it up. Owens. Couldn't find the handle, got it eventually, gave it to Steele. Garcia, nice step. Now needs to deliver. Heads long, Iden's under it. In the end, Taylor caught him out. I've got it covered. Just can't get it past the great wall of Taylor.
No, that's his 30% mark for the first quarter. Got off to a really good start now, and that would concern Ross Lyon. He'd look to address that at quarter time, put a more of a focus on negating him. You can't allow him to intercept mark, get the ball to ground.
So Ware to Ash, looking for Tom Green, who presents a target in isolation out there.
So GWS 6 intercept marks already for the game, just the 2 to StKilda.
So 13 seconds left on the clock. Penetrating ball along the wing. Riccardi flew before acceptances.
Oops.
And then Marshall's coughed it up here. Brown picks it up. Still a chance. Riccardi, Kelly. It's a sky ball right on the siren. Right on the siren. And in the end, after an entertaining first quarter, GWS with a couple of late goals are in front. They lead by 2. Norwood Oval. Round 5, gather round action. It's a packed house as well. Don't touch that dime.
Action never stops on Fox Footy and Fox Sports. Don't forget the Masters coming your way tonight as well. That'll be riveting viewing. Take us right into the evening and into the morning. Where else would you want to be than in your lounge room? Cup of tea, Fox and the Masters. you do want me, give me the show. If you don't want me, don't leave me on. My baby, show me that you're mine, girl. All right.
Toyota's nationwide dealer network is here for the long run to keep Australia moving, because every step matters. Toyota.
Go Harvey Norman for the latest range of AI computers, with AI technology making every day easier, providing faster performance and longer battery life than ever before. Upgrade to the latest computers with AI technology from just $10.98 from your next-gen AI experts, Harvey Norman.
Your game face. A growl. A scowl. But you know what? The real game changer isn't a scowl. It's a smile. Yeah, there's nothing fiercer than a smile. So next time you put on your game face, remember, smiling can boost your performance.
For the ultimate performance on the toughest stains, like mud, sweat, and sauce. Omo Ultimate's 3-in-1 capsules attack ultra-tough stains with built-in pre-treaters. Working first time, every time. So wash off whatever is holding you back. And play on with Omo Ultimate, the official laundry partner of the AFL.
Made by Australia.
Everywhere I go, the people know who I is and who I be. They stop and stare when they see me. Be enthused, but don't look too amused. This is a queendom. Please respect her rule.
To begin your braids, grab three.
Smile on my face, put in a place like that. Let's my brace.
Nice jumper.
Thanks.
And I love your braids.
Smelly mouthguard? Polydent Retainer and Mouthguard Cleanser removes 99.9% of odour-causing bacteria. Refresh your mouthguard.
Build something epic with one of 12 limited edition toys in the new Minecraft movie Happy Meal, only at Macca's.
I can't believe you said that.
You're such a baby.
You don't care anything about me.
I care. I'm showing you
Just
I
wish
care.
you cared about me the same way my car, tyre and auto cares.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't offer you a tyre care plan with 12-month road hazard warranty and free puncture repairs.
Thank you. See? This is what I deserve.
Get the care you deserve at My Car, Tyre and Auto. People first.
You should never have switched. Well, how did you know to stay? Well, I compared my retirement. Oh.
Stick with your industry super fund in retirement and your money could go further too.
If you do want me, give me the show. If you don't want me, don't leave me on. My baby, show me that you're mine, girl. All right.
Toyota's nationwide dealer network is here for the long run to keep Australia moving, because every step matters. Toyota.
Fremantle winners earlier today. Quarter time here at Norwood Oval. 4-1 place 4-3. Good contest at the moment. Jake Springer, first goal as a Giant. Big mark for Hogan as well. Brought the crowd to life. Jesse Hogan with that ripper. 4-1 to 4-3. Did you make the opening turn, guys?
Well, Saints were really good early. That pressure in their forward half was fantastic, wasn't it, Lynchy? And they just looked like they did what they did against Port Adelaide the week before, and they won all the centre bounce clearances, and then all of a sudden GWS fought back, won the next 5 in a row, and got some good ball use down to their forwards, and that forward line looks super dangerous now.
Oh, it did.
Stock full of talent.
But as you said, the first 15 minutes was the Saints and their ability, that forward half intercepts. GWS couldn't move the ball out of their back half, and it was a season high in any quarter for the Saints. 12 forward half intercepts resulting in 3 goals straight. So that was where the game was being played. And then GWS, on the back of that clearance dominance later in the quarter, maintain a bit of forward presence and hit their big targets.
It's going to be a great game. You can't see anything at this stage, can you? They're both in good form, these two sides.
Absolutely. Both come into this game 3 wins, 1 loss. StKilda with 3 wins in a row coming into this. And the Giants have demolished a few teams, including the West Coast Eagles last week in what was a bit of a training run in the end for the Giants. But they lost a game to Hawthorn as well, where they were 35 points up at quarter time. Hawthorn ended up winning that by 12. Big opening round win over Collingwood that sent a bit of a shiver through Magpie fans' skin. 15-14 to Collingwood, 6-16, but Collingwood's proven that form to be pretty good since then. They've been unbelievably good. And I mentioned with StKilda, 63-point loss to Adelaide round 1, but they were pretty good the last 3 games after that as we head down to Sarah Jones.
The boys really struggled to move the ball out of deep 50 early on. How important is to have that part of your game up and firing?
Well, really important. I mean, we got pinned in, Saints created some front half turnovers, and we're able to build the game off the back of that. So we've spoken about that, got some clear plans in place, we just need to execute.
You went to the forwards first up in the break. What was the message to them?
I think they're creating some really dangerous looks, but again, rebounding the ball out of the back half, they need to be a little bit harder to play on.
Good break.
No worries, thanks.
Giants by 2 at quarter time. What have you made of it, Rook?
Just a great contest. They're both in form. They're both having a crack. They're both running hard from half back. Lockie Ash has ended up with the 11 disposals. Lockie Whitfield, just the 3. So not sure if he's getting shut down or not. I'll keep an eye on it.
So Briggs with the tap, barging through the middle. Stringer with some added confidence after that first quarter goal. It's a high ball, looking in the Riccardi direction. Out the back, the goal has gone through, but it's going to be a free kick.
I think it was Riccardi just crashed into the pack just late.
Bit old school.
Yeah, very old school.
Sinclair,
Where
free
it just
kick.
comes in under the back of the head.
And getting Miller with the ball at half back.
This would be the kick that'll be a bit harder playing at Norwood. Without the width of the wings here, it'll be a bit narrow, a bit more congested where you're trying to kick to.
Goes to the narrow wing over the head of Windhager. And Himmelberg with the fist. And just out of play, taken over by Stocker. Of course, our commentary position in the open here at Norwood, along with our radio colleagues. Very suburban, Dwayno, just as we like it.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
Men of the people.
If you put it in
Amongst the people.
MCG terms, would be 10 metres under the ground.
Just don't accept any of the drinks that we've been offered so far. It's a warm day. We might wait
half time.
Thanks to the patrons that have offered. Hill takes off. Short pass is pretty good. Wanganeen Miller up. Chip kick, not so good. Briggs. Callahan. All the way back to Whitfield. Oops. Chip kick, dangerous. Himmelberg, they're going to get away with it. Ash feeds it off. Harvey Thomas. Back to Ash. Has a run again. They love it in his hands. He heads long. Green's got 2 to beat Toby. Can't beat the big hands of Cal Wilkie. Royalty.
That was outstanding for Wilkie to leave his direct opponent. As soon as he read the ball off the boot that he could get there, he left Hogan and went and intercepted.
His father and grandfather high on the honour board at Ross Trevor as well. Great scholars in this state. Spear pass is good to Ward.
They pay those sometimes.
Can't get that one.
Higgins on the move. Got it. That was a bullet through his chest.
getting some feedback from the crowd. That's outstanding. And like at the other end, he's one of the potent forwards for the StKilda Football Club that plays a really important role. Doesn't get a heap of the ball, but when he gets these sort of chances, he's got to convert.
12-3 this year. That time was him, and the crowd let him know. On the Cooper's Hill.
Isn't the smartest thing you could do on the day one of your trip to Adelaide?
I'm not sure he thought it through.
So Lockie Whitfield, crowd encouraging him to bring it back into play, and he does. Tom Green is bereft of options at the moment. Short to Ward against the boundary line. He goes short back to Whitfield. Whitfield along the wing. Kelly. Then Jones over the top. Briggs spent it. And now the quick movement of the ball. Riccardi inboard. Cut off by Windhager. And now here go the Saints, although Webster's found himself in a little bit of a predicament. Callahan is coming through and putting the pressure on. Wilkie, Travalia, Windhager, back to Travalia. No, it's been cut off. It's been cut off by Kelly, and then the snap for Toby. Too much pressure on the Saints that time, and the ball busted.
Don't you pay a price in elite football now for fumbles? StKilda on the rebound, fumbled at centre-half back, turnover, resulted in a shot at goal.
So Green, that's the assignment. It's only about 15 metres out, and he puts through his second. And it's a 7-point buffer now for GWS early in the second term at Norwood.
Their bad mistake, on 2 occasions they made the intercept, StKilda, looked to rebound, and then just the fumble when you're trying to run off half-back and in a really vulnerable position caused a turnover, and there's too much talent in that forward half for GWS to let you off the hook on multiple occasions. So good result for Toby Green.
Kick the last 3 now, GWS.
Yeah, that's in response to StKilda kicking 3 in a row. So have bounced back well, and some of the usual suspects starting to get a bit of it. Huge possession winner Lockie Whitfield this year. 35 possessions last week, 34 the week before, 34 the week before that. Tom Green, 37 possessions last week, averaging 34 a game, the number 1 in the AFL. Tom Green for possessions this year. Toby Green wrapped up.
Interesting, Toby Green's in the centre square there. We had Jake Stringer in there at the start of the quarter, so rolling those big or mid-sized forwards into the middle, which we know both of them are very good at.
And a scramble. Garcia can't really call that a clearance. Jones nearly got it for him, stuck. And an eternity where they have to send the Giants forward again. They search for 4 in a row. Blasted along for the Holt man. Up they fly. Riccardi will do. Too slick. Comes through for a defensive behind Wangani Malera.
It's a great luxury, isn't it, Rube, to have those big bodies to be able to rotate through, not only for the team, but it releases you as a forward as well, just to get up and get amongst the ball.
They're chock-a-block full of weapons, aren't they?
Hill goes for a gallop and then coughs it up. He was looking for Wilson. Whitfield with the pressure, and then McRae with the tackle over the top. Asks the question.
The Saints just haven't been as clean with the ball since about the 15-minute mark of the first term.
GWS only got Canelio and Daniels out of the side, and both might be right next week.
Steele out of the congestion, just dumps the kick towards half forward, off hands. Ash, handball inboard. Iden, Buckley combining off half back with Whitfield. All prominent names, and then kick into the middle. Kelly in isolation. Now he's got Thomas. There's a panic around the young man here. He can have a bounce. He does have a bounce. Bobbles in his hands and then kicks to the top of the square. Coming through. Hogan dropped it. Opportunity for Jones. Jones bouncing through. Darcy with a bit of razzle
And a bit of class getting involved again in that transition off half-back. Kelly getting his hand on the ball. On this occasion, Jesse Hogan wasn't able to take the clean mark, but Darcy Jones coming off his best game of his career last week with a couple of goals and a PB 24 disposals. He doesn't miss these opportunities. He's just so fast. He turns on a dime. Really hard to tackle. Just gets around one, round another, onto his right, and just slots it through. And he's been a very exciting player since debuting mid last year, about round 8. He played against the Brisbane Lions in Canberra, and he is a talent.
Geez, since halfway through that first quarter, it's been 5 goals to 1, 17 inside 50s to 5, and smashing them in the centre bounce clearances.
Seen a few big run-ons this round, including here yesterday. Callahan, Briggs, what was a talk? Mark that if you can. A roller, went past a couple. And I think all comers are happy to see that out of play.
That was their 6th centre bounce clearance in a row for GWS after the Saints won the first 3.
And they're +9 for contested ball in that time as well, which was one of the big issues that Ross Lyons spoke about when they were challenged by Port Adelaide last week, that they had to get right.
Briggs to do the ruck work. Toby Green waiting under it, didn't get to him. Bedford went and got it. Sinclair went and got him, and the umpire can do it again.
So Saints have pushed another player up at the ball. We've got Iden sitting back on his own in their defence. So even if they get the ball, Saints will have to use it wisely.
Toby from the pockets, last line needed, Wilkie. So we've almost gone 10 in this second term. GWS piling on the pressure, and it's their best buffer to date, 15 points.
And you mentioned Iden as the spare back, but as soon as this kick-out's about to happen for StKilda, they slid up, they rotated up to pick up the spare up the field.
Sinclair looking for Speedy Garcia, takes it on his chest.
They didn't want to allow StKilda to have the spare here at the ball.
Stocker, Travalia, Marshall. Marshall on the skinny wing. Kick awful off the boot, but it does the job. Sharman overruns it. Coming through was Burns. Hill, quick hands, win Hager. Woodor tripped over at a crucial stage. Perceived pressure there from Taylor. Iden kept it in. Back to Taylor, back to Buckley. Dangerous territory here. Ware's handball floats forever. Ash, he goes out to Callahan, who loves the run. They love this on the wing. One bounce onto the left. Along the wing he goes. Riccardi couldn't quite trap it. And now the Saints with a chance. Sinclair. And then Burns working a little bit with it. Caminiti, they're going to retreat ground here. Stocker with a little bit of work to do. They're going to get away with it. Those safe hands of Wilkie again.
Chips it back to Burns. Got it. Holds it up. Probably all need a breather. Warm afternoon.